Hey everybody, this is again another video. This time it's a repair job video. Not going to really show you the exactly all the steps I took in terms of like doing like a video where you're seeing every single step. This is more like showing you the results and then explaining what the problem is. So let's get started. So this video, in this video, we have here a prop which was, I think, in 2014. I think it came out. So this was a zombie, groundbreaking zombie that had fog coming out of its mouth. That's why it has a hole in the mouth area. Normally what you would do is you would just put it together, and then you put it on the ground, and the head would move side to side. Fog would come out because you would attach a fogger with a pipe. You attach that to the back, and that's how it would work. Unfortunately, the bad side of this prop was simply the material of choice. So let me get a couple parts here, because it would be easier to explain if I actually bring the parts with me. So what I mean by material, the company decided they were going to use this plastic here for their components, for all the mechanism. And as you can see, there's a lot of, if I could, let me zoom in a little bit. Let's do that. Hopefully this camera focuses in. It's not really focusing in. Alright, so it's busted up alongside here, and other places too. So this part would have sat just behind the head, and let me get up here, and this piece here would have went on where this metal bar is at. Okay, and then this shaft here will go inside this hole. So the idea was this was fixed sort of in the same location where this eye bolt, there's an eye bolt here, and you would have that motor, basically it'll crank this and make this go side to side, just how I'm moving it with my fingers going left and right. So theoretically it's a good idea, until you look at material wise. So this, because just the fitting and being plastic, it created a lot of friction. So you basically have now another force besides the force coming from the motor acting on this location, and then on this location, at this point where the pivot is, you have the weight of the head, which is, the head is considerably heavy for this material, for this component. So what you end up getting with time, and not even a short amount, not even a long amount of time, it's a short amount of time, is it starts to break. You get shear forces acting in this region of the mechanism. Now, all the metal parts you see here, those are not original. All that I did. This is this plastic piece that's actually, you could see it right here. That's from the original prop. So you can see only that part remains, and I might even remove that. I might, or I might not. But everything else, it just kept breaking, because it's just too brittle. And it was breaking when I even pulled it out of the box. The parts were busting, and And like I can show you, there's a couple fragments here that just mean, you know, shows that it's just super brittle. It's just not, you know, I'll have to put too much force and it just breaks easily. You know, I don't want to break this because I'm gonna have more pieces to clean up. But essentially, what you want, if you have this same issue, what you want to do is maybe put cross beam over this way, metal preferred. And then a video I saw online on YouTube gave me the idea that put an eye bolt right here for stability, and use PVC pipe and maybe some CA glue if this part's still remaining on your prop. Let's see if I could, it's kind of hard to see it, but in the back of the head there's a piece here that comes out, and you could fit that in the PVC. And then on the bottom there's a cap, a large cap, that just allows it for free pivoting with no sound. Kind of holds the weight of the head, from adding more stress to the motor. And then these I got from Home Depot. These are just various sizes of metal pieces. And let's see, I do have their mending plates. So I don't know if you can read it. It's kind of hard to zoom in right here with this camera. Maybe clean the screen. But they're mending plates. So get some mending plates, whichever sizes you need. And basically you want to allow this to be your pivoting point and this to be your pivoting point. This is already, it has an arm on it, on the motor shaft. So you just need this as a pivot point and this as a pivot point. This L piece remains fixed. This is going to be fixed. This beam here, or plate I should say, is fixed to that L. But it runs very smoothly now. It's more durable. I still need to cosmetically deal with it, but other than that, it's a lot better than what it was. So I would say if you have this same prop, replace the mechanism with something like this. It's going to save you a lot of heartache later on, a lot of frustration later on. Yeah, so this was just something I quickly fixed up. Understanding how forces work, why things are breaking, it just made more sense to replace the mechanism, put in my own mechanism to get the same function. The head doesn't move exactly left and right. I have it only going to the right and then straight across, because there's no really reason for it to look this way, because it has the coffin door opened on this side. So that's something I just have for myself. But you could adjust the metal pieces and that'll give you the look of having it look left and right, so to speak. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and then stay tuned for another video.